This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hi everybody, my name is Brent Atwater and I'm the host of Alive Again. Thank you so much for being with us today, and we welcome everybody from across the pond and all over the world for taking time to listen to what we have to share to expand your awareness. Now today we're going to talk about animal wellness, and I think this is a very vital thing because I have two passions. One is I'm an animal medical intuitive, so I get to diagnose health issues, and secondly, my other passion is pet loss, dead is not done. And that means explaining to you that Rainbow Bridge is a poem and afterlife is real, and teaching you how to connect and communicate with your pet on the other side. But in between the diagnosis and the death, which we call transition, and that was a trick for anybody who's listening, is a lot of living. And in that living, we know that you love your pets so much that you want to keep them at their top peak performance and wellness. And because of that, we brought today a gentleman who founded the Animal Wellness Summit. And Barney is going to tell us all about what inspired him to do that. He's from Ontario, Canada, and he started in essential oils. And we're going to let him tell you about why he put this together and how he put this together and when it's happening and everything like that. Now, for those of us in the South, it's not kudzu, it's Barney Kuntze, Kuntze, in case my Southern accent gets in the way. So we'll take a quick word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, and you'll get to hear all about this really exciting adventure that he's put together. Thanks for listening.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynavite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite.
Dynavite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggo Suds.
Get the third tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggo Sud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggo Suds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynavite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
We're back. Barney, you here from Ontario today?
I sure am. Are you?
Oh, I think I know. I'm down here in the United States. We just finished with Florence, so you're up there where it's good weather. Tell us a little bit about how you got from essential oils into animal wellness and how this all started.
Sure. So I'm so glad that you asked. And first and foremost, thank you for bringing me on to share this vision that I was given a long time ago with the world. Because just a little bit about myself in a nutshell, I grew up on a farm. I grew up around animals. We had animals all throughout my childhood. And I still live on a farm now. I moved into the city or small little town. I was a tool and die maker. I then went into fitness and owned 2 of my own fitness clubs or gyms. And right around that time when I owned the gyms, I actually went to a traditional native healing circle. Wow. And went with some of my friends. And I went there with the intention to get clear on my life purpose and mission and vision and legacy. This was in 2010. So this was 8 years ago, I guess.
Did you have to cut out chocolate to do that too?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's good. Keep going. So you're pursuing your vision, and how did you find that? How did they get you in touch with this?
Well, so this is what happened. Basically, with the healing circle that I was in, it was just part of you're in a circle, and a lot of meditation, a lot of quiet time, and the vision just came to me where part of my life mission and vision was to educate and impact and inspire millions and millions of people around the world to get better in touch and in tune with the plant and animal kingdom. And so just to pause for a second, this is a time where in 2010, I had been running my second gym now for 3 years. I had my first one that I had owned for 4 years. And I'm kind of like, what the heck? And quite frankly, it scared the crap out of me because I'm like, who am I? How and why? Those were the questions that came up. And so I just wanted to start with that because it actually wasn't until 3 years later that I finally could fully, because it was such a big, grandiose vision of just seeing and touching and reaching millions of people. And it really scared me because I wasn't really sure how to properly accept
put the pieces
it or interpret
together.
it.
Yeah, to put the puzzle pieces together to get there.
Yeah, it was just kind of like this. I'm like, okay, but then, so the question I had asked, and I could say that to spirit or to God or to the universe was like, well, what does this all mean? How is it going to work? What am I going to do? Where do I start? And the very clear words came back, said, that's not your concern right now. Just do it. This is what you asked for. Yeah, this is what you asked for. Here it is. And so fast forward to, a couple years later in 2013, it was actually 3 years ago. That's when I had started using the essential oils, discovered Young Living essential oils, and started using them with my clients.
Whoa. Stop. I don't know what essential oils are, and some of our listeners might not either. Explain to us what they are.
Sure. So essential oils are the essence of a plant or a shrub or a tree or
like
a
rose
flower.
oil? Like rose oil? Is that
so if you're talking real rose oil, then yes.
Yeah.
So an essential oil is the essence of a plant or from a shrub or a tree. And
after it's been squished.
After it's either been steam distilled very carefully, like lavender, peppermint, the flowers like ylang ylang, rose, and then you have other oils that are cold pressed and
like olive oil.
Like kind of different. So olive oil is a saturated fat, considered to be a saturated fat, so it's a little bit different. But the essence of other like lemon, tangerine, orange, those oils from the fruit actually come from the rind, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then you have tree oils where they'll, like frankincense as an example, considered to be one of the most sacred oils on the planet.
Wow.
They actually do what's called resin tapping.
Wow.
And resin tapping, they basically create, this sounds not so pleasant, but it is very sustainable. They actually create a wound on the tree, or they cut the tree, and then the sap comes out, and
like
then it
maple
hardens
syrup.
and crystallizes. Exactly like maple syrup, yes,
Okay.
that's right. So then they'll take the sap will come out of the tree, and then it'll harden or crystallize, and then they basically distill or basically boil the oil out of the resin, and then they have frankincense oil.
Okay, folks, so now you can't say you don't know what essential oils are. This is pretty cool. So with this background with these essential oils, so what did you do next?
Well, so then I was running the gyms, and, meantime, we've had our dogs and our cats at home, and always had at least one or sometimes up to 5 or 6 animals in our house and pets in our house. And then one of the presenters then said, hey, her name was Liz Reyes, and she said, we really should do an animal wellness summit. And I know that there's a lot of people, presenters that are holistic veterinarians and doctors that specialize in animal wellness that are very knowledgeable, not only about the oils, but about different aspects as it relates to animal wellness. And she's like, I would really like to encourage you and or work with you to put an animal wellness summit together.
All right, I got to ask you something.
First,
I got to ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
When you say animal wellness, you see these little psycho pets sometimes that are just attitude all over everything and crazy, and they're really just like, whoa, off the wall, but they're still a wonderful pet for somebody. Would that be considered animal wellness too, psychotherapy and behavioral issues? Or is this just physical body wellness?
Yeah, very great question. So I would say it would be considered animal wellness because it is, to me, coming from a holistic health background, it really embodies, from the human standpoint, I use the acronym PEMS, which is the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual elements as it relates to a human being. And that goes right into our Animal Wellness Summit. So it's not just the physical health and well-being or quote-unquote wellness. It's all of the aspects from the energetic side to even the spiritual side and the emotional side, for sure, when it comes to the animals.
Okay, so folks, remember, when you're thinking about Animal Wellness Summit, it's going to cover everything. It's not going to be just this little, okay, you got to take a pill and you got to do this. It's going to cover all issues. So, okay, keep going. I just want to be sure that everybody knows it's going to cover everything.
Yes, so I love your questions for clarification. So I remember this, again, back to the conversation with Liz. she's like, well, I know a lot of these presenters that we could put together and bring together, and I think this would be it's a really good thing. It would be there's nothing like that out there, at least not at this time. Of course, there is, or there are other, dog training online events, and I can explain more specifically after about the summit, but like how it actually works. But basically, anyway, so then it went into, and I'm like, and first I was like, okay, well, this sounds really cool, but I didn't want to put too much on my plate. And then the next morning I woke up and I'm like, holy crap.
This is it. Ding, 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 ding.
This is it. It was bizarre. But it was one of those moments where, as I'm talking now, the skin is like tingling on my forearms. I can feel it. I feel like the energy just rushes right through me because, and this is important, sharing not only from my personal journey, Brent, but also just my hopes for those of you listening, that it's important that you pay attention to the small, subtle little, you could call them inklings, or your intuition, or God speaking to you, or the universe speaking to you, or Great Spirit. But it was very intense, where it was like, this is it. This is another step in the right direction. And then I finally made the connection. I'm like, yeah, there definitely is not.
Yeah, and I think, when you say that, when we're teaching people about signs and things from Pets on the Other Side, they always say, oh, I'm crazy, and they may pass this off. And because a lot of my purpose, just like you, when I do my teaching about speaking with spirit, it's subtle. It's subtle like dust on a butterfly wings. It's so subtle that you have to get used to it, don't you think? So that you learn to be more in tune with it. And I'll bet now you're more in tune with your rhythms than you were when you began.
Yes, very much so. And very much so, but also the challenge to that can be
the world
properly interpreting
reality.
Yeah, and picking up picking up too many things all at once. But yeah, so I basically then made the connect. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, there's the plan and the animal kingdom. And I can remember this very clearly, very distinctly as I close my eyes, as I'm talking to you, as you're listening to this now, Brent, and everybody who's going to be listening to this, is that whenever you're listening to this, is that I can remember writing it. What happened is that it was not just a vision, but I actually wrote it down, and I have 7 or 8 sheets of paper where probably one of the only times in my life where I felt like it was being written through me.
Like automatic writing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was intense. I remember sitting in the circle. I'm like, I need a pen. I need a piece of paper. And everybody's like, what's going on? I'm like, just give me a pen and give me a piece of paper. And so I remember going back and looking at it and seeing that, it was to educate and impact and inspire millions of people around the world to get better in touch and in tune with the plant and animal kingdom. And
right here with Pet Life Radio, all of the hosts here, that's their job, to help everybody become more in tune with what's going on. So this station alone represents a format of what you're doing in its own way.
Well, and I felt that actually the first time that we were introduced, and then when I checked out the website, I'm like, this is amazing, because I know that there's many people that as you're listening to this, you probably would have, very likely that you would have never heard about the Animal Wellness Summit. And it's, it's a free, first and foremost, it's a free online event. And we have the other paid options, of course, as well. But it's something where it's just, we wanted to get it out there in a way that people could learn and not have any inhibitions or reasons not to be able to get the education.
And then they didn't want to have the pressure of having to go, well, I got to be there at a certain time. They don't have to do that.
Right.
It's on demand. Right. They could be sitting in the middle of the night in their bed when it's pouring down rain, eating popsicles and drinking beer or whatever, and watch it and enjoy,
That's right.
So while we're going to do this, we're going to take a little break for our sponsor, and then we're going to be back and hear all about this Animal Wellness Center. Thank you, folks. Hold on. See you in a minute.
Put on a perfectly possum pet party. Having an awesome birthday or adoption day celebration for your 4-legged friend? Or just want a fun excuse to throw a fun party with your friends from the dog park? Deck out your party with Molly and Bandit Pet Party accessories. Party products designed specifically for pets. There are wearables, including adjustable pet party hats, bow ties, and tutus. The photo prop kits include funny glasses and hats. The party supplies and decorations include coordinating table covers, party banners, cake decorations, and treat bowls, cups, and bags. Everything you need to create great memories and Instagram-worthy photos. They're available in 2 colorful themes, tropical and fireman. It's a dog's life. Celebrate it with Molly and Bandit Pet Party at mollyandbanditpetparty.com/petlife.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
All right, this is pretty cool. You get an inspiration. Barney hears what he's supposed to do. He listens to it. He's writing it down. And now it's coming to fruition, folks. So, Barney, if you will tell us how this came to fruition and all of the details so everybody can find out, know, touch, and interact with your life's purpose.
Yeah. So basically, and thank you for that. So if you just go to animalwellnesssummit.com, you can find all about it. We do it as an annual event, a free 10-day online annual event where you can sign up and then you can log in to listen to each of the day's presentations for a 24-hour period, and it lasts for 10 days. So we do the free option, and then you'll see the paid options where you can buy.
Wait. Where did you get all these people? I'm going to interrupt you here. Where did you get all these people? I mean, when you first started this, how did you get these folks together?
Yes, thank you. So that was the mechanics of it. But when I got the people together, so back to the point about Liz, she is a dog trainer, she was and is known as the oily dog trainer. Okay. So she has done a very great job to properly teach and educate people how to use essential oils with pets and animals, because unfortunately there is so much misinformation, different levels and grades of oils out there, and really a lot of confusion and controversy about what you should and shouldn't do, or shouldn't, just for whether should you use oils with cats or dogs, and what can't you use. And so she's really passionate about, and many of the other presenters are passionate about teaching from a place of experience. And so from there we started, but I didn't want to have it just be centered around animal wellness and, just learn how to use oils with your pets and animals, because that's really only one element. Then what started happening is those current presenters started referring and saying, hey, you got to talk to Dr. Ruth Roberts and Dr. Will Faulkner and Dr. Jody Greenstern and Linda Pirelli and Dr. Andrew Jones, and all of these different people who some of them I knew and some of them I didn't. And
so the universe was bringing them to you.
Yeah, it was literally, it's not like I went out and found them. The first summit that I did for another event, I went out and found them all.
That was the universe giving you practice.
Yes, that was my practice run. That's right.
Yeah.
And so now basically it started from a core group of presenters. I think it was about 15 of them. And it turned out to be, I think it was probably close to 50 presenters that ended up being in the first summit that we did in 2017.
Did it make you feel like you had just started your journey, or did it give you a practice round of how you want to make your journey? How did it inspire you for the future of this dream?
Well, yeah, really good. So two things. One was this feels totally in alignment. This feels great to be fulfilling, part of what I feel like is my life. Yeah, like just ongoing and in flow, I guess. Yeah.
Have the circumstances in your life swirled around this to keep you focused on this, or has it tried to pull you off this, or is it just sort of you started being in the flow and it's just going so people will know what it feels like to be in the flow? Yeah,
I think it did. It felt like things were happening, presenters were coming, people were signing up. There was over 14,000 people that signed up for the first event, and it was amazing. I mean, there certainly was our fair share of challenges. Times were being like, what the heck is this really? Is it really all worth it? And I'm not sure that you can ever be completely in flow in the standpoint where everything just works perfectly fine, because I think it defies the universal principle of
learning opportunities,
gravity, and having polarity, right?
Yeah, and learning opportunities to evolve.
Yeah. You're either gonna accept and embrace the challenges and or the adversities that we've been given in order to grow and evolve, and willingly accept them, or they'll be forced upon you, and then it's not really enjoyable for life. At least that's been my experience.
But you rose up, and now you've got this one happening. Now, when is this thing happening now? When is this year's summit happening?
Yes. So it is, that's right. So this is our second year, and it's happening from November the 17th until the 26th of November. So that's 10 days long. So this is going to be our second year, and we've had a lot more, another 50% of new presenters coming in. So some of the ones that presented last year are presenting again this year because they were so well revered by the attendees.
Oh, wow. Now you say there, and the dates again?
Yep. So it's November the 17th until the 26th of November. Yes.
So that would be the 17th through the 26th of November. That's sort of around Thanksgiving, a pre-Thanksgiving.
Yes. And we had it earlier in November, and I wasn't too sure. I remember that the United States Thanksgiving is different than the Canadian one.
Yeah, I
so
noticed
Thanksgiving, is it before that?
No, ours is about, let me see here, because on your website it says the summit is the 1st through the 10th. I'm looking at your website right now. And so we're going to be more current than the website since Florence slowed all the changes down a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Florence, folks, for you don't know who didn't get slammed by it, was a hurricane that slowed things down a little bit. Yeah, in the United States, our Thanksgiving is the 22nd. So you'll be able to eat that turkey, rear back with some extra dressing, put the cranberry sauce on your stomach, and listen to it for 1, 2, 3 more days. That's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can bring all everybody, when you have all the pets in for Thanksgiving and everybody's bringing their dog, cat, and whatever, you can get to and listen to the behavioral experts tell you how to handle them when they're all in one place. So when you're doing this,
just what the doctor ordered.
That's right. Those oils keep those pets quiet. Now, tell us, how do people find you? They go to thewellnesssummit.com and
go to... Yeah, so the website is it's 3 words.
Okay.
It's just animalwellnesssummit.com.
Okay. And when they do that, they will see, I'm going to pull it up now, folks, so if you have any questions, animalwellnesssummit.com. When you pull that up, you're going to see, there we go, it says Second Online Summit. Is that correct?
Yep.
All righty. And there it is. It's got a really cute little logo here. And then it says 42 days, 10 hours, 10 minutes, and 0 seconds right now. Pre-register. Now, when they talk about pre-registering, what does that mean?
Yep. So, and just to clarify, you had said the dates were on the website. We literally just changed that in the last 48 hours. So when you hear this, it'll be 17th to the 26th. So pre-register just basically means like you're reserving your ticket early to an actual physical conference. Like if you were going to go to a workshop or to a conference, you've got to buy your tickets early, right? So that you know that you're coming and the organizers know you're coming. So we always ask everybody to pre-register and not wait till the last couple days before, because it allows us to be properly prepared, whether we're going to have 15,000 people or 80,000 people that are going to show up to the event.
Oh, wow.
And what that does is that then allows you to, when you pre-register, you then get notified. We keep you updated through email. You can follow us on Facebook on our Animal Wellness Summit Facebook page. And that way you're then connected and you'll be in the know, so that you'll receive the instructions as to how to get logged in so you can be properly prepared and get full maximum experience with the summit.
Wow. Now, a lot of these things, it's really interesting. I found out that you also have a Facebook group. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
Wow. That's pretty cool. And this is where people can connect after this summit and continue their connection so that they're having a continued learning experience. That's a good thing. And
that's right. And just to clarify, Brent, your question was about you said Facebook page or Facebook group?
Group.
Yes. That's right. So the members, the Facebook group is reserved for our VIP members, or people who sign up for one of our memberships. They can pay for the year or pay monthly. Because what we found, and this is where not a lot of people in my position will share this with you, but do you mind if I share the dark side to the summit?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So the summits are amazing. And when I say the summits, just to reiterate, an online summit is an online educational event with a gathering of speakers and presenters on a specific or a broad topic that you can attend over a certain period of time. Now, most summits are actually anywhere between 3 and 7 days, and they'll put in like 30 to 40 presentations. And I've attended them myself, and it's just way too kind of
intense.
Rushed and it's just way too intense. Yeah, because there's a lot all at once.
Yeah, you can't go get your chocolate and go think about it. You got to keep listening.
Yeah. So what we did is we set it up for a 10-day experience. So let's just say that there are going to be 50 presentations over a 10-day period. So that gives you 5 presentations each day, because with the free version, you get 24-hour viewing experience to the current day's presentations.
Now, that's important, folks, for you to know. Let me interrupt here. That's important because that can make it global. When you have 24-hour access to it, that allows those across the pond and those in Malaysia and those over in Thailand and those down under to check it out, all right? So it's 24 hours, and that gives you, can't say, well, I can't be there because it's not on time. Wrong. 24 hours means you can be up and watching it while I'm sleeping. Go ahead.
That's right, yeah. And, the other cool part is that when you're out walking the dog, or you're out for a bike ride, or you're in the garden, or you're exercising, folding laundry, cleaning the house, commuting to work, we make it so that it's easy, so that when your mind is free but your body's busy, you can still take part in absorbing all the wisdom and the knowledge that's being shared.
Now that comes from somebody who has a gym that wore iPods, didn't you? Get you learning while you're on the treadmill. Learn while you're on the treadmill. Go ahead.
Yep. And we have to say in business, in the essential oil business, you get to learn while you earn.
There you go.
And yeah, so that is important, and I appreciate you pointing that out, because the 24-hour viewing period is then great. Now, to clarify, so on November the 17th at 12:01 a.m., the doors open up. And so all that means is that once you have pre-registered, you will get a username and a password to our membership site, and then in there will be a viewing. It's very simple and easy to use, and you just log in, and then you'll see all 5 videos, or 4 or 6, however many there's going to be on that day, and then you can watch the video.
Do you have a directory of what videos on what day? Because suppose I'm out shopping and I don't have the opportunity. Can I say, ooh, I want to go see Martha and she's on Thursday, so I can look up the presenter and see what day they're on, so I'll make sure I don't miss it?
That's right. So the short answer is yes, we do. As of right now, we normally don't release the schedule until 2 or 3 weeks prior. So whenever you guys go to the website, you'll probably just see, like if Brent, you were on the site there, if you scroll down, you'll see some of the presenters, including yourself, because you're featured on this year's summit. So you'll see them, but we will have the agenda or the schedule posted about 2 to 3 weeks prior, so you can properly plan your day.
Okay, great. Yeah. Now, is there anything else that we need to know about this other than, wow, you've provided 10 days of listening opportunities 24/7 to help make our pets better? Hello? Mm-hmm. That's a pretty good thing.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 options. So to just clarify, because I know the question is going to come up, is that 1, there's the free option, which is what we just kind of covered. Number 2, there is what we call an all-access digital pass. And so for a very small amount, again, depending on when you hit the website, the price changes the closer you get to the event, but it'll be anywhere between $50 to $70 that you can purchase. And what that does is that allows us, it supports us in our venture and mission, and it allows us to continue to keep offering it for free for those who are not in a position to be able to, or choose not to, buy one of those passes. But what that does for you, Brent, is that, as I was saying before about the dark side of the summit, is that people, when we run these summits, our support desk and my marketing team and my administration team gets overwhelmed with just a lot of questions that come through. And the biggest question that we get asked is that, oh my goodness, I missed yesterday's presentation, Dr. Susan Albright's presentation. I really want to go watch it. Or I was, it's going to be Thanksgiving, so we were busy with family. I missed those 2 days presentations. And so what the All Access Digital Pass does is it just gives you an enhanced viewing experience, so that if Brent's on day 7, you can go back and watch days 1 through 6. And including 7. So it basically gives you continued access. And then once the event is done, then you would not have access any longer unless you purchased the digital downloads or the flash drives of all of the presentations or joined our VIP membership program. So does that make sense to you, Brent? Because I think that's important to mention.
Well, it gives somebody the options. They either got to make the time to hear it, or they got to do it like a movie and they have to pay the ticket to get into the movie theater if they missed it on the first free go-round.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's fair because you're offering 10 days of freebies. And if they miss it, then you offer an opportunity to purchase a ticket to it. And if they want it forever and ever, you offer an opportunity for them to purchase it and take it home forever.
Yeah, we wanted to make it, that's exactly right. And we wanted to make it accommodating. I wanted to make it affordable. And I certainly and foremost wanted to make it free so that people can attend. It's a fair bit of work when you factor in all of the organization, the presenters, the content, the planning. But the one thing that's been at the core of it, and I do want to circle back to something that you had said earlier about how does it feel to be in flow, and how does it feel to just, that you're, okay, I'm in flow. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is the path or the journey that I'm supposed to be on. But even though we have challenges and we have frustrations and we have stress to deal with, and there's administration, all kinds of things that can happen, tech things that can happen. But what really comes back to it is that that sense of fulfillment and knowing that we're making a huge impact in really blending and merging more of an understanding of health and wellness when it comes to life, to our pets and animals, because there's just so much that has to be learned. And I'm telling you, you're going to really enjoy it, because I know you're going to be attending yourself this year, and there's a lot that I know that you're going to learn and really enjoy yourself personally, Brent.
Well, I think that it's exciting. I think that it's even more important that you followed the little non-coincidental igniting of the flame of your life's purpose. I think that's just really the most important, is that you listened and then you acted on it, and now you're continually guided and evolving toward contributing what you came to do. And I think that's a really good thing. And the reason I invited Barney, because a lot of folks know that I don't have a lot of guests on here. It's more about topical, about what we do, is because this touches all of pet and animal lives, and Pet Life Radio, has a huge market of pet and animal life. And I think that everybody that listens to what I do, it's about, since I get to meet them before and then after they finish the wellness, because literally life after death is another form of life, and that's what I handle. He handles them while they got 4 feet on the ground. And I think this is important because you can learn a whole lot in between, so that maybe you can expand their life and expand your experience with your pets before I get to teach you how to meet them on the other side.
It reminds me of one of the quotes that I would always see in my chiropractor's office, in that it's helping to add, not adding years to your life or to your pet's life, but also adding life to their years while they're here, because it is, like you said, they're only here for so long, where most of us are going to outlive our pets and animals. And it's being properly prepared for before the inevitable of passing through or passing on, and then the other end, which is where you specialize in, right?
Yeah. So it's actually, they transition and they discard the earth suit, and then they go into a spirit suit, and that's where you get to have a whole nother life and continue your never-ending love with them. So he's just handling the front end. I get to handle the other side. We thank you for being here today. I look forward to everybody. Check this out. Now, you can find Barney on everything. Okay, he's on Facebook, he's on Twitter, he's everywhere. He's on Instagram, and all of this will do nothing but benefit you. So I don't think there's anything wrong. And you can't say, well, I can't afford it, because it's 10 days free, folks. And you can't say, I don't know when I can see it, because it's 24 hours around the clock. Yeah, if you want to, you can find it. So thank you very much for your inspiration. Thank you for following your life purpose, and for giving this to all of those who are drawn to benefit from what you came to do.
You are more than welcome, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come on and share with everybody. And my highest intention for you, Brent, and everybody else involved and that's going to listen to this is just that if you feel inspired to share this with somebody, just do us, but also our pets and animals, a big favor, and spread the good word, because I feel very grateful. And I was talking to my wife earlier before our call and told her, I said, I've been really thinking on and praying and meditating on just continually connecting with people like yourself. And I'm very grateful for that, for the time and energy that you spend in the summit.
Well, thank you. We always believe that we always say a prayer before every video, every radio show, to let this reach the ears of those that we came to serve. And so that's what we're doing today. Thanks, everybody. We'll look forward to seeing you again on our next show. Check out our YouTube video station. We got lots of information over there. And if you need us, we're at www.brentatwater.com, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye-bye.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.